Do you consider college to be a scam if you're not majoring in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics?
What I learned in school, man, like I would say it helped. The stuff that I learned in school was regards to, marketing, business.
So Kodak Black says he won't go to Haiti because his mom is scared of him going, that he's afraid they might eat him. What is he talking about?
Yo,
I always wondered this. What is he talking about?
So in Haiti, we call it Leon Manjou. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people eat you. Like, people really will eat you. You need that protection, spiritually. You need, les sang de Jésus avant, with the blood of Jesus. Les sang de Jésus avant. Where your flag as you.
I'm curious, like, your interaction on you meeting him, like, how did that come about? Like, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. First of all, rest in peace, DMX. Who I see is agitate. You feel me? I see X. I'm like, oh shit, what's good, bro? Yo, what's good, dog? Like, what's up? What's that? What's poppin'? Coolin', bro. Da da da. Dapped him up. Da da da. His people's with him.
Yeah. Welcome to the Digital Brandz Podcast, where we interview influencers, entertainers, and entrepreneurs with digital brands online. On today's episode, we got somebody that's a little bit different, right? Me and this guy, we met recently inside of a pop-up. And when I say different, I'm talking about a different type of support.
That's facts.
Right? Didn't know me from a can of paint, but seeing what we had going on and immediately supported the brand. So I was like, you know what? We got to return the favor. We got to bring this man on and get to know more about the mindset behind supporting other brothers doing dope things in the entrepreneur space, man. So we got Jug on the episode today, man. So we want to know a little bit more about who you are, what you do, man, and how you provide value out here in the world.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me, first of all.
No problem,
I
brother.
appreciate being on this podcast. This shit ill, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
can curse on this, right?
Yeah, you curse.
Go crazy.
Yeah, little motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, S Clive, aka Jug Giovanni, I got a lot of stuff going on, but the majority of the things I got going on is business oriented. I got a clothing line, I own a record label, and we just gonna start off with those two. I know it's a lot of
it's a lot. We got a lot to get into, man. Got a lot. I did not know you serial entrepreneur. My boy Slump, man, he was looking up your content, your music videos. Like, man, this dude got a lot of stuff. Because when I first like caught wind of you and we was chopping it up, I didn't know what you had going on branding wise, but you really been putting in work for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, 2018 I graduated college, and when I graduated college, that was kind of like the pivot of all the stuff I learned in college. I had a bachelor's in business. So it was like, okay, we ain't got no job. We ain't got no money. We got to figure something out. And that's when I was just like, I was in the dungeon. I'm like, all right, what can I do? I'm writing out ideas, 100 ways to make $100,000 and stuff like that. And then I came up with this brand, which was kind of derived off of like pain. You feel me? My grandmother, God bless her soul, and Tony Pierre Lewis, APL, I kind of pivoted that pain and made it into a passion. You get what I'm saying? So it's like at that point, I was just, throwing it up in the air and whatever sticks. And the first week, every day we sold product every day. I was selling t-shirts and hoodies. We sold t-shirts every day, hoodies every day for like half a month, like 15, 20 days.
Was this in college?
This was after college.
This was after college.
Yeah, this was after college. This was 2019. And it was just like, it opened my eyes. I'm like, whoa, damn, like you could really do something.
Yeah.
You could really influence like the world just by doing your own thing, however you want to do it. So we kind of grew through the years, and it just got better and better. The quality got better, And you know, now we pass t-shirts now.
Past t-shirts, man.
know what I'm saying?
I was supposed to have on a jacket. We
I
supposed
know
to have
I'm
on a
tripping.
jacket.
I'm tripping, man. I was supposed to get
Some, but hey, let's just let's address that the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I know the chat is going crazy right
Yeah.
Yeah.
now. Right. What is on your face right now? What glasses? Kind of glasses
Oh,
are
my
those?
God.
How much? What's the cost on that? And then what's on your wrist? Because it's very unique. What's happening right now?
So, you know, this year is 2024. 2023. I usually don't like to splurge with, you know, a lot of luxury brands because it's like, bro, I got my own luxury brand.
Yeah.
Like, feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, you know what, let me gift myself with a Rolex. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to hit up my boy. Shout out to Mazda, New York, you know, Diamond District. You know, if you get your stuff like that, the diamonds, you know what I'm saying? Hit up Mazda, New York. And he gifted me with this 11660 LV. And if you're a watch person, you know what that means. That's the Hawk submarine, submariner. You know what I'm saying?
I heard somebody rap about that.
Yeah, you feel me? And the glasses was a gift. I got that shit for my 29th birthday a couple months ago. Cartier.
That's a different type of gift.
Yeah, those are fire.
Yeah, bro. Shout out my dog Pete, man. Shout out my dog Pete, man. Pete Flow.
If you go to Detroit, they're gonna be on your ass for
Nah,
those.
that's
Yeah.
facts.
No,
That's facts.
they gonna be on them.
Yeah, that's facts. The buffs, the buffs grew in the industry.
Yeah.
Like, back in the days, it wasn't like as crazy, but that shit got crazy, bro.
Since you got the buffs, have you noticed more opportunities just popping up?
What, bro? It's crazy, man. So, all right, I got a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was in Toronto. For Caribbean weekend. I don't know if you ever been to Caribbean weekend. If you have not been, you need to go. Like, no bullshit. You need to go. Because it's like probably the most fun vacation out the country that you probably gonna have. And I'm not sponsoring that. That's, you feel me? This is just off pure, you know, genuine love. Go to Caribbean because everybody show love over there. So I was in Caribbean and like I didn't lose. I left my shades at home, right? So I had no shades in Toronto. So my boy, shout out Pete once again, he got all these fucking glasses, bro. Like Cartier this, Cartier that, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, bruh, let me borrow one of them. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I got to fit, like, you feel me? Hold it down. Like, you my bro. Like, with the woo. He's like, yo, I got you. He put these shits on me. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. This shit kind of hard, bruh. So first night, people looking at me like, oh, shit, yo, what's up? Da, 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 da. The next day, I ain't wear them. I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna chill, bro. I don't want to rock your shit every day. You feel me? Like, I'm a vibe. I'm gonna thug it out. We in the elevator, bro. I'm a rapper, right?
Yeah.
I'm the rapper.
Yeah.
He don't do nothing. He got a regular job. He do his thing. You feel me? Kids going up to him. Can I take a picture with you? Cause he got these shits
the
on,
shades
bro. He
on.
look like he rapping. He look like he's somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just, in my head, I'm just like, man, he don't even do shit. Yeah. I'm the rapper. I should get in the picture, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Pete, man.
That's how I felt when we met in inside of Motor. I was like, you know, shout out to Quasi. When we met in there, I was like, I seen the glasses on. I'm like, I don't know what bro do, but he do something. Right. It's the Cardis.
But you know what? I met you before that.
For real?
But we ain't meet.
Okay.
We was in Red Martini.
Red Martini. Yeah.
Bruh, Red Martini, just cooling. I'm with my peoples, cooling, whoop. I guess like club was over. And we, you know, people congregating, cooling. So my dog, he congregating, he chilling. So I'm like, all right, let me chill too. Then I see somebody bringing out bottles and shit like that. Some rose gold bottles and shit. And then this dude pouring shots and he pouring shots in here. I'm just looking at that shit like, what the fuck is that, man? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's probably some next shit. It's probably some new shit.
Some next shit.
Yeah, like I ain't never seen that shit before. It's probably some ill shit. We cooling. Meet everybody. All right, cool. The next couple of days after, I go to a goddamn pop-up shop because my boy is Quasi. He got his Motor 404. I be going there supporting him sometimes, checking him out, you know. And then who I see, y'all boys with the same goddamn bottles. So I'm just like, hold on, bro. Like, what's going on here, man? Like,
synchronicity. The synchronicity, 11 time.
Nah, that's facts.
That's what it's supposed to happen. And then the energy was just, it was reciprocated. It was love.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, what y'all got going on? And then the vibe. And you have those pieces, because a lot of people, like you said, like you said mentally, like I wasn't ready to continue to keep supporting all these luxury brands and buy all of these things. But they're attention grabbers, right? They're conversation starters, right? They're icebreakers. That's true. So a lot of us who are apprehensive about making purchases like that or extravagant things, a lot of times like that Rolex, I can imagine how many conversations that Rolex has warranted you, right? Just even the education you knowing about the watch, like that alone will put you in different rooms. Yeah, that's true. Right? So I think that's a moment of like a surreal moment that kind of puts things in perspective for people who chastise or make fun of people who spend or splurge on luxury items.
That's facts.
Yeah, and then now we got a whole relationship. Now we building. Now we here on a pod.
Yeah.
Off of that.
Off of that.
So going back to how, like a little bit more of your background, man. You from Broward County, correct?
Yeah, born in Broward County. Shout out Florida, shout out 954, South Florida.
Okay.
Lived in Connecticut, went to school in Connecticut, Stanford, Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? And then I slid to the suburbs. I became a suburban dude.
You became a
suburban dude.
Suburban dude.
Yeah. Became a suburban dude, you know what I'm saying? But shout out Stanford, shout out CT, shout out 203, you know what I'm saying?
So what do you think is in the water in Broward? Because Ski Mask is from Broward. Kodak, he turned that motherfucker up right.
Yeah.
X is from Broward.
Hey.
Like what's going on? Like, explain that.
I feel like Broward is like a place where it's not overrated like Miami, right? It's not overrated like Miami, and people kind of like, you get blinded by that Miami lifestyle. Miami, North Miami, South Miami, this, that, and the third, Miami Gardens. You know what I'm saying? You get blinded by Miami because it's so big and so marketed. It's like one of the biggest, richest cities in freaking America, right?
Yeah,
right.
But you got Broward County. And people don't know, like, Broward County get money, bro. Like, feel me? Broward County is a lot of talent in Broward County. Shout out Yak, shout out Ski Mask, shout out Jack Boy. There's a lot of Haitians in Broward County too. Shout out my Z's.
Yeah.
Z. But to answer the question, man, I feel like the versatility in Broward County is just like unmatched because there's so much talent over there, bro. And you got so many cities and towns in that, area. It's bound to have somebody blow up. And X is probably like, I think he's still the biggest streamed artist right now so far. Maybe I think he got surpassed, but bruh gone, he's still getting streamed.
Wow.
Too crazy.
Cool. So you went to Connecticut, right? But you're not like hella old. You're still a young guy, right? So talk about you guys being in the news for being the first Haitian family in Stanford, Connecticut. Like, that's crazy. That sounds like,
Yo, to be honest, how it was like my family came from Haiti. My family came from Haiti and Dominican Republic. My grandmother was born in Dominican Republic, and she fled to Haiti because they were chasing Haitians down. Like, they was chasing them out of, Dominican Republic. Despite the fact that she was born in Dominican Republic, the fact that she had Haitian in her blood, she had Haitian family members, they chased her down, threatening to kill all Haitians. You know what I'm saying? And it was so crazy, man, back then. So she fled. My grandmother fled to Haiti. My mother was born in Haiti, and we began to move to the United States. My uncle, he was one of the first people out of my family to settle in the United States, and they was settling in Stanford, Connecticut. So it's like he went to Stanford. He came back like, oh, yo, Stanford, this is where it's at. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Let's get on it. So everybody's moving to Stanford. All right, everybody's moving to Stanford. My mom moving to Stanford. She lives in Stanford. We all in Stanford. I'm not born yet. So my mom like, you know what? Let me slide to Florida. You know what I'm saying? It's always beautiful in Florida. Let me slide back to Florida. And then she happened to meet my father, and then I happened to be born.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And so once I was born, after some time, you know, with the help of family and stuff like that, she moved back to Connecticut, back to Stanford. And like my cousin, to tell you, like, she's the one who told me, like, we were the first Haitian family to settle in Stanford, Connecticut. And that's something that you could read in the library. There's like news articles and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's cool saying that, man. You know, it's not many that could say something like that.
How did you guys get notoriety? Like, how did people become aware of that? Like, were you doing your what is it? I don't want to do it right. I want to do it wrong.
All right, so you know, the left hand is like this.
All right.
And the right hand is like this.
All right.
And it makes a Z, and the Z stands for Zoe.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So were you running around?
Yeah.
Like, so tell me what's the South End, and why were you beating up kids? Because I heard some. What was going on around? Were you running around doing this, and they was like, and you was on it? Like, tell me a little bit more about that. Tell me about the South End, and were you beating up kids in the South End, throwing up Zoe?
Well, you know what? The Zoe is like recent.
Okay.
But we was still repping Haiti though, because you know, like a lot of people had problems with the Haitians.
Okay.
It was, you know, the Jamaicans was having problems with us at some point. The Dominicans was having problems with us. Even the Yayas was having problems with us. I was just like, damn, bro, like why everybody got a problem with us? We show love, we make good food, we vibe, we dance.
Real quick, what's Yayas? What is that?
Yayas is a slang term for African Americans.
Oh, really?
So you see how
see
how they call Americans Yankees, right?
Yeah.
So Yankees derived from, you know, African Americans, yaya. We just call it yaya. You know what I'm saying? So Yankees just take off the Yankees or the Unkies.
Yeah.
And you got yaya. You feel me? Yeah.
I'm a yaya. I didn't know that.
Hey, but it's no disrespect.
Is
it's
it derogatory or is it like cool?
Nah. It's just like gringo in Spanish. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like that's just what you are. You can't say shit. You white, so you gotta be called a gringo. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. And for me personally, like, so I used to live in Chicago. Obviously, we're in Atlanta right now.
Chirac.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
And and I never really heard much about Connecticut. Of course, we would typically hear about Jersey. Like, I was watching a lot of rap battles, so I would always hear Jersey and then New York. And the first time I really caught wind of Connecticut was when 50 Cent moved to Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
I never
way
really,
back.
Way back. I was like, oh, what's in Connecticut, right? So in the Connecticut world, like, who are like some top hats or like some high performers or some people that we need to potentially know about that you may not be aware of?
You know, when it comes to Connecticut and the top people, right? I feel like you can't, you know, you can't forget the people like Chris Webby.
I remember him.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I remember him.
Yeah, rapper from CT. I think he was in Norwalk. He came from Norwalk.
Okay.
So like people like that, like you can't like overpass like Chris Webby. You got to give him his flowers. You got to show him respect. You know, but people in Connecticut that I would say deserves that attention, that notoriety. People like Obas. You know, he got a feature out with Rick Ross.
Okay.
Hug the Streets. One of the hottest songs that was dropping back then. Like, he does his thing. He been making music for so long, bruh. Like, and bruh he's a big deal in CT. You know, and I actually got a project with him, a collaborative project with him. We just dropped a song called Where Your Flag At, though. You know what I'm saying? So, and
is
like,
that the one with the video? I think you just dropped that?
Yeah, we with the flags. Yeah.
I said, bro, be repping.
Hey.
You be repping.
But it's like, this is the thing, right? It's like, when you're Haitian, when you're Jamaican, even when you're American, the support that you have from your own country sometimes, just by holding a flag on you, it could be blind support, you know, to the point where, like, I've had friendships over years just because somebody wore a Haitian flag. And it's crazy because it's like a flag made you become friends with this person for over like 4 or 5 years. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it really is like the way you view a fraternity, right? You see somebody with those 3 letters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you start, and then y'all just become unified immediately. That's really just how it is with me. So
Brotherhoods.
yeah, so it's just like I had to, you know, do that, and I had to represent.
Yeah.
As far as like my Zoes, you know what I'm saying?
And so you represent Zoes, you represent Broward County. It sounds like you represent Connecticut also.
Of course.
Is Connecticut a place to run up the bag?
Connecticut is a place to run up the goddamn bag.
Okay.
For real. Like I put this on everything. At one point, the town that I used to live in was the richest town in America, New Canaan. You know what I'm saying? Richest town in America. Right now, I believe Darien has that. But the amount of towns that's in Connecticut that has money, it's like the people who vacation in Miami, who work in New York, who got homes in California, they all come back to Connecticut. That's where they really live. That's where they really from. You know? And it's crazy. It's like it's a lot of big time people. Like I went to school with y'all ever heard of JetBlue, the airline?
Yeah.
Nah, what's that?
Oh well, you know, it's an airline.
It's an airline.
You feel me? But
Similar to Delta.
yo, I went to school with a girl whose father was the founder of JetBlue.
You ain't locked that down?
At the time, I didn't want to seem like I'm leeching. You feel me?
Okay.
So it's just like, and she was cool. Now,
Okay.
shout out to, you know, Mrs. Nealman. Oh, she's not Mrs. Nealman anymore. She married. She comes up now.
okay.
So it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
But shout out to her. Shout out to the Nealman family. You know, it's cool girl. You know, cowgirl. Old school. But yeah, man, like Connecticut is where the money's at.
Where the money at?
So speaking of school, bringing it back to school. So you got a degree majoring in business and minoring in MIS,
Yes.
right? And so are you
Damn,
using?
how you know that, man?
That's what we do. We give, you know, we do the
you know
research.
that,
We do the research, man. We do the research. So are you using your
we
degree?
professionals.
Are you using your degree? How are you using your degree? And also, do you consider college to be a scam if you're not majoring in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, trying to be a judge or trying to be a judge?
All
So
right.
that's three-part question right there.
Three-part question. Okay, so first, I feel like what I learned in college, being that, you know, business is everywhere. Business has been everywhere since Jesus walked on the earth. You know, the only difference was the level of, you know, that we're at right now. It just developed into something that's, you know, a monster. But what I learned in school, man, like I would say it helped me. It really did. Because it was a lot of things that I go through now that I remember learning in school. And I had an internship at Swiss Army. You know those pocket knives? The red pocket knives? I was an intern for Swiss Army in the IT department, right? Because I did some technical stuff, some IT stuff. And so, like, the stuff that I learned in school was regards to, you know, marketing, business. I didn't learn much IT stuff. I learned IT stuff, but not like in depth of what was currently, going on. So like, I learned a lot of marketing, management, and stuff like that. So there was times where I would go up to the senior vice president of marketing of that company, and I would tell him and suggest him some things that he may need to look at or he may need to, check out. And time goes on, and he did exactly that. So it was kind of like, damn. I looked at that, and I was like, damn. Like, I'm really doing something, and that's really from the help of school. I'm not saying that school is a scam. I'm saying that school is more so an institution that you must have some sort of connection with. You must make some sort of connection. It's like you can't just go to school, don't meet nobody, don't take no business cards, don't have a relationship with certain teachers and stuff like that. Like, you just go to school, just, going through the motions.
Oh,
nah.
right.
Then that they scammed you. You really scammed yourself.
True.
You feel me? When you go to school, bro, I feel like it's more than just learning. You're adapting. You're even teaching at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people who look up to you in school, and they may want to see what you do and try to, perfect that craft and what they do. So I feel like it's not a scam. I feel like school, you just have to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play the game. And me, I played the hell out of that game. You know what I'm saying?
So play the game until you drop phone numbers?
Yeah, that's, hey.
Until you drop phone numbers, right? What happened after that?
Hey.
Yeah, what?
Made a couple thousand on my phone,
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Let's toast to that. You know what I'm saying?
Toast to that. Clink.
Everyone, so that's always curious because you got the cool vibe now. You got the glasses now. I got the Letterman now. I got the Rolex now. What was college like? Well, especially after you dropped the song. What was it like before you dropped the song? And what was it like afterwards?
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Like, when you like, kind of like the known person in the hometown. So everybody, yo, what's good, dog? And you just driving by like, yo, like, what's good, big dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it felt, bro. It's like not many people was rapping at my school. There was people who was rapping, but like at the level professionally, not many people was rapping like that. So before I dropped it, people knew I made music. It was like, all right. When I dropped it, it was like, oh, snap. This kind of hard. Yeah. Like this slide. Like this shit slide. Like it was so crazy. They was playing my music at the football games. I was warming up to my own music. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, bruh, I gotta be nice if my coach likes it. They playing it at the warm-ups. Like it was a dope experience, bro. I ain't gonna lie. College was fun.
So
college was fun.
Statute of limitations are clearly up. Yeah. So what were you doing in college? You were hustling? You were selling a tree? What was you doing?
Listen, I can't tell you what I was selling, my brother, but I can tell you I ain't no felon.
All right, there we go.
You feel me? But listen.
I might tell you a joke, but I won't
tell a lie. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was a lot. I was working at school.
Work study?
I was working the mail room.
Say less.
You feel me? So I was dropping off mail and packages and stuff like that, in school. Yeah. You feel me? And then at some point I was like, man, this paycheck ain't enough, man. So, I started selling food because I knew how to cook.
Oh shit! I thought you meant dog food. So what the hell? You were an advanced college student.
That's a crazy goddamn fucking. I was selling that dog food, bro. That's crazy.
Nigga had plates.
Yeah, I was selling plates, man. Like my roommates.
The Haitian plates. You was cooking it.
It wasn't Haitian though. It was like really just like I was just testing shit out because my dad he had a restaurant back in the days, so I get like the culinary stuff from him. So like I would cook and like I'd probably give some of my roommates and they be telling me like, damn man, this shit good, man. You need to sell that shit. Yeah. I was just like, maybe I should sell that shit. So started selling plates. I used to have plates called Bubba No Gump. You know.
You branded it.
Yeah, like it was like shrimp, chicken, rice with the French fries, and I'd be cooking all night, but I'd be making a good quick 100.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, shit, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
You feel me? But the food, you know, it was a good way of just, you know, practicing what I learned. You know, because we learned those things in school, you know, learning about, you know, selling, net profit, you know, gross profit, margin, you know what I'm saying? So all of the stuff that I was learning, it was like I was kind of like applying that to my life.
To your life.
You know? But, you know.
You made a good point earlier when you said, like, if you don't utilize the things you learned in school, then essentially you scammed yourself. Even if you don't go into the workforce, as you mentioned, like STEM, these are real world application things. Because I always have said to like my colleagues and friends, like, damn, I wish I would really experience that college experience to really like learn and be able to even be more efficient in my business, right?
Facts,
you know, as an entrepreneur, because as a creative, I look back and think about all these deals that I squandered or messed up because I didn't have the business acumen.
Yeah.
I didn't go to business school. So I love the point that you mentioned, because people always say college is a scam.
Yeah.
College is a scam. And I don't believe that, and I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
You scamming yourself if you're not utilizing the things.
Yeah. It's like, you know, let's break this down into street terms, man. Like, you got a plug that's gonna give you all the sauce. They're gonna teach you everything you wanna know, you need to know. All you have to do is show up and learn. Learn how to break that down. Learn how to remix this. Learn how to flip this. You know what I'm saying? What stuff to do, what not to do. And you showing up, half sleep, your phone in your hand, you ain't paying attention. And by the time he leave, you broke. Who is to blame? You can't blame the plug. You gotta blame yourself.
So let me ask you this, right? So you have homecoming, right?
Yeah, we had homecoming. Yeah.
It might not be the most turned up, but you still have a homecoming.
Yeah.
So what is it? Tell the people what it's like. You're clearly successful, high performer, all that good stuff.
Appreciate it.
You not having a traditional job or whatever, you didn't follow that pathway. You going back to homecoming or running into people that you went to school with, and they were extra'd out like, I'm reading, I'm studying, don't cheat, I won't. You know what I'm saying? They doing all that, but you're like way more successful than them. What is that engagement like? What kind of questions are they asking? Do you like, are you shitting on them? Like, I told you I was gonna win. Are you giving them jobs? Like, what is that energy?
Simply put, it's like I would come back and just like I was saying before, it's like, you know, the big dog of the town. They'd be like, yo, what's good? Da, 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 da. So, but I would just take that, you know, you people show you love, you know, you reciprocate that love. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like when it came to that, I didn't want to shit on people. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know who you shitting on, man. Like, shit, I remember motherfuckers used to flex on me, you know what I'm saying? Calling me this, I'm broke, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's just like I don't even gotta talk shit. Like, you see where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, coming back like to the homecomings, it was always love. Especially like, you know, having that football background. Like, you know, the players show love, everybody else show love, you know. People look at me like I'm some superstar. Oh, yo, you traveling all these places? You damn, brother. It's kind of cool. You feel me? It's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah.
You wearing the Cardis to the next homecoming?
To be honest with you, man, I ain't. You know, this is the thing, right? I feel like it's weird to go back now.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just gonna be. It's like I'm in a room full of kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, damn, bro, I don't even feel comfortable like that no more. Like,
Conversations ain't even up to par.
yeah, it's not gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the vibe is totally different, and it's like, I don't, you know, it's different for everybody, but I just feel like me personally, you know, life is about stages, and you just, you know, when you hit a certain stage, like, you know, you can't go back. You know, you gotta elevate.
So one thing that stood out to me was your name. I know everybody says that, right? So I'm from the Bay Area, California.
Yeah.
So
shout out to the Bay.
Shout out to the motherland, right? Jug actually came from the Bay, right?
For real?
Yeah, that's where it came from. Then it got adopted by Atlanta because they were going out there making plays, packs, all that. And then you have Young Ralph, the Jug man, and Jug went from being a noun to a verb. Like I'm jugging. Like when I first heard that, I'm like, bro, you can't jug. Like a jug is 2 for the 15. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 grams of grapes, two 5 blunts pretty much for $15. That's a jug. That's a jug. Not I'm jugging, right? Exactly. But hey, that's how the world happens. Everything, changes. So how the fuck did we go from the Bay to Atlanta all the way to Connecticut and you name yourself Jug, like how? Like where did that come from?
Yo, I'm going to be up front with you, bro. Like simply put, I was buying an iPhone from somebody. This is some left field shit. I bought an iPhone from somebody, an iPhone 4, white. The motherfucker ain't wipe out his phone. So he still got shit on this shit. Yeah. So I'm looking at this shit. I'm going through like the files and stuff like that. And I see an album called Street Lottery by Young Scooter.
Uh-oh.
You feel me? So I'm like, I'm in the whip with my cuz. I'm like, man, let me play this shit. Bro, I play that shit. I never stopped playing that song, bro.
Amazing.
Young Scooter became one of my favorite artists, bro. Shout out Scooter, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out Street.
And he was really the first person that introduced me to that word, like jugging for real. You know what I'm saying? And my peoples have that fair share in that lifestyle. I won't talk too much about that part. But you feel me? Like it was just something that at some point was a way of life, bro. That's just what we had to do. Whether you proud of it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like either you're going to get hungry, you're going to stay hungry, or you're going to, by any means, get it.
Of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I kind of derived the word, though. I kind of like made it a little more customizable, a little more PG. So my version of jug is just understand God is good.
Oh, you did a YSL flip on it?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And listen, this dates back, so can't nobody...
Yeah.
You feel me? Just understand God is good. That's my jug.
Okay.
Amen.
No, that's hard.
So, I got a question. Now I'm gonna read this because I don't want to like offend or anything.
I got you.
I'm gonna read this straight from how it's written, right? So Kodak Black says he won't go to Haiti because his mom is scared of him going because of voodoo and curses that may befall him. Kodak Black literally says in an interview that you can actually pull up, right? That he's afraid they might eat him. He claims he might go to Haiti and never, he claims he might come back from Haiti and not be able to rap again. What is he talking about?
Yo,
I always wondered this. What is he talking about?
So in Haiti, we call it Léon Mun Manjou. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people eat you. Like, people really will eat you in Haiti. It's crazy. It's the voodoo is... it's like the stigma with Haiti and voodoo is the same stigma with like Jamaicans and weed. You get me? So like people will say, "Oh, you Haitian? Oh, you must do voodoo." Yeah. Just the same way you say, "Oh, you Jamaican? You must smoke weed." You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong, that shit is real out there, bro. Motherfuckers will eat you for real. Like, and it's so malicious out there in certain parts. He's telling the truth, bro.
Wait.
He's telling the truth.
Said are they gonna like drug you? Like how? Like you just chilling and somebody's chewing on you? Like how? What's this process?
Yo, it's so crazy, bro. We could say explicit.
Yeah. Go crazy.
Listen, I'm gonna give you a story about what happened. I'm gonna be very brief with it. There was, I guess, somebody had an issue with somebody. You know what they did? They grilled him and they ate his dick.
Viral.
No bullshit. So when the motherfuckers say, yo, don't play with me, man, my foot manjo, they really gonna be on that timing, bro. They really gonna do everything in their power to break you down and discombobulate you any way possible, bro. And it is true. They could eat you. They chop you up and fucking grill you, bro. Them Zoes ain't nothing to play with, bro. But Kodak is telling the truth, bro.
So respectfully, would that be considered like kind of like satanic or like, again, I don't want to offend. That's why I'm like, you know what I mean?
Listen, I grew up in the church. Les Sunday Jizzy Avo. Les Sunday Jizzy Avo. Les Sunday Jizzy Avo. Les Sunday Jizzy Avo. You feel me? So I grew up in the church, bro. I'm real, spiritual when it comes to that stuff. So that voodoo shit is satanic. That voodoo shit is straight demonized satanic. People will say voodoo isn't satanic, it's spiritual and stuff like that. But I will keep it real. By Satan. Straight demon shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you gotta stay away. But I don't blame them, because I have family members that visited Haiti and they, put something on him. He came back, ain't been the same since.
Like how so? Like talking different personality?
Different, tweaking, talking to himself, man. Like the man will just stare at you and just stare away and just start talking to himself, having conversations, laughing to himself, getting mad at himself, having an argument with himself. And then you be like, yo, you good, bro? You're like, yeah, I'm straight, bro. Then go back to that shit. It's crazy, bro. That shit is real, bro. You just got to be careful, man. Yeah. Like, when you walk with Christ, you're protected. But, you need that protection, spiritually. You need, les sang de Jésus avant, with the blood of Jesus. Les sang de Jésus avant. Where your flag at, Zo?
Man, I didn't expect
bro,
that response.
Out.
Yeah, it was like, man, I don't even want to.
You gave me. I remember just like the first time I started, like I seen somebody have that type of energy with somebody that you actually met, and I'm curious to know like how you guys met. It was like I watched Belly, and I used to see DMX having a certain type of energy of like. I don't even want to call it masculinity, but it was just like almost where I felt like it was like voodoo. It was like making a man strip. Like he's talking about eating somebody's dick, and it's like his energy was so aggressive and assertive. That's the first time I saw that on the mainstream, and he was covering himself in blood, and then it was a lot going on. It looked really satanic, where I never seen it, and I think that was a shock for the mainstream of world, like seeing that, like he really played that role, like you felt like it was him. So I'm curious, like your interaction on you meeting him, like how did that come about? Like like tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. First of all, rest in peace, DMX. Man. Regardless, the man made hits. He made good music. Cool dude. I was in White Plains. And we was going out. It was me, my dog AY, and a couple other people. And White Plains is usually like the to-go spot. Like when you live in Connecticut, especially Southern Connecticut, everything closes at 2. You feel me? So shit closed at 2, and there's not many at that time. There was not many after hours. So it's like, okay, what we gonna do now? White Plains is New York. White Plains closes at 4 a.m. So once we hit this spot, we say, all right, bet we gonna slide to the other spot. We gonna slide to goddamn Brother Jimmy's. We gonna slide to goddamn the Strip. Like, you feel me? Gonna vibe. So we slid to White Plains. We was vibing, bro. We was on the sidewalk, walking, cooling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. Who I see is agitated. You feel me? I see X. I'm like, oh shit, that's yo, what's good, bro? Yo, what's good, dog? Like, what's up? What's that? What's poppin'? I'm like, coolin', bro. Da da da. Dapped him up. Da da da. And his people's with him. Yeah. People's cool. You know what I'm saying? They coolin'. Like, yo, bro, we gotta get a photo, dog. Like, da 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 with the whoop. So everybody was standing up, right? And like, I was next to him. So he started to come down, and I was gonna pose like this, standing up. Yeah. But he's like, nah, dog, you gotta come next to me. Come on, man. You gotta be on my level, man. Come on. Da-da-da. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So I got on the bottom, like, you know what I'm saying? We both was on the same flames. I was just like, You feel me? So it was just a crazy, cool moment, cool story. Like, cool dude, bro. Like, my dad even met him way back in the day. I think like in Hard Rock Cafe, but Cool dude, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? And he was, at some point of his life, he became, spiritual in his own
I seen
way.
it. Like that's when you were describing, like it really just that popped in my head. Like that whole story. It was the first time I think like it Haitians in the was that Belly? When the Belly was when the guys
Jamaicans.
the Jamaicans. Oh, they were Haitians. Okay. The Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Ox.
Yeah.
And then didn't they have a voodoo doll or something in there? On one scene? I can't remember.
I don't think it was that lady with the crazy that killed him at the end.
Oh,
You're probably thinking of that with the thing. Kind of like Scarface. They both had ladies that came and killed him in the end with crazy headpieces. Yeah.
Crazy, man. But yeah.
Master Energy is crazy. Said, yo, you got to get on my energy and use it.
Facts.
You was with it.
Listen, I was just in the moment. It was an experience. And it was just like, damn. He could have told anybody to do that shit. He told me. Yeah. So that's just like a moment right there. Like, like you could see somebody's energy before you even talk to the person, before you even meet to the person. You could tell who's, I feel like, is the one. The one who's special. You could tell who that special one is sometimes. And I feel like that was just his way of doing it, man. I always wanted to get that feature too, man, but it's all good, man.
And then seeing other rappers or influential people out, like being a rapper yourself, we always, I've had that moment of like, yo, I don't want to be on bro dick. Like, I want to say, I know he's tired of like people bothering him. And I've never really said anything to any rappers except for one. I was in LA and I seen Nip. I was at the gas station. I seen it. I was like, man, I've never said, let me get a photo. I've never asked a rapper anything. I seen him. I was like, that's Nip. I was like, yo, Nip, what's up? I was like, yo, Nip, man, I fuck with you, bro. I love your music, bro. Chop it up, man. I was like, man, can I snap up with you? He was like, all right. He had Lauren in the car.
Shit.
He was like, got my girl in the car, not right now, bro, not right now. And I was like, all right, cool. He was like, yeah. He was like, all right, love.
Damn.
Yeah, like I was like, so if I would have had that photo, then that would have been that. Like,
that shit would have been golden, bro.
That was the only rapper I ever said something to out in public.
Bruh, Nipsey, I know like a lot of people, they listened to Nipsey after he died.
Yeah, most people did. In fact,
yeah. I had the luxury of listening to him, before he died, and I was fucking with bro, man, like way back in the day. Marathon Continues, and it wasn't even like I was a heavy Nipsey fan. It was just like, you know what, I see bro doing his thing. Let me just play this shit. Let me see how this shit sound. You know what I'm saying? He was doing this thing, man. This shit crazy. You just gotta.
Yeah, he was about similar to you. He was about bossing up. He was about financial literacy and educating through hip hop. And for me, like he's like besides Jay-Z was an inspiration. I ended up purchasing a Maybach, but him too. When he was always talking about that V12, I was like, yo, Nip talking about that V12.
V12, bro.
That V12, I gotta get it. But speaking of that, like what you talk about bossing up and financial literacy a lot. Is that stemming from you understanding that's what our people need and that's how you were able to get it? Or like, is it the college in you? Like what makes you talk about that? Like, so publicly and in your music, like even on your page?
Yeah, my life was, I was at some point in my life, we are all sheep, until we stand up and say, and turn around and say, I ain't going that way. So at some point, a lot of, we all come in the game not understanding what the hell a credit score is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We come in the game not understanding what, business credit is. So, when I was...
LLCs, EINs, we don't know none of that.
None of that. So when I finished college, my partner, my boy, he put me on game to what that lifestyle is and what it could be for me if I just fix my credit. Outside looking in, if somebody says, yo, bro, like you could get access to $100,000, all you need to do is, fix up your credit, you know what I'm saying? Just give me your social, give me your information, and then, you know what I'm saying? Anybody gonna look at that shit like, what? Nah, you tripping, bro, trying to scam me, right? But it was just the trust in me that I was just like, you know what? Life is about taking risks. You know, I did that and I never looked back. You know, made my first almost 100,000 just because of the credit. You know, the first week my credit shot up 50,000. You know, in business unsecured lines of credit, and it's primarily because I was taught the right way of things and how it can be. You know, you have your business, you have your EIN, you know, you have good credit, you take care of your credit, you don't burn shit, you don't cut cards and not pay bills. You pay those things, you know what I'm saying? And if you need to fix it, you hire somebody whoever need to fix it. See, back in the days, 2019 kind of time, like, we was putting in the work ourselves. We wasn't paying nobody. And that was when life was sweet. Nowadays, that credit fixing is a little different. The game changed. The game changed a lot. You know, I want to say ever since COVID, the credit fixing, like, process changed a lot. Especially with like certain sections and, you know, Section 609 and all this other stuff, the CFPB, stuff like that. The people who understand. If you don't understand, go back, research, and then come back to it. You feel me saying? So, but business credit really just made me realize, like, yo, you could make whatever you want come true. You know, registering my business, my record label as an actual business gave me the opportunity. Okay, cool. Whenever I'm spending money on marketing, just because, even though it's my money, just because I spend it on a credit card, I get money back.
Yeah.
So if I'm spending $5,000 a week off ads, digital ads from, you know, FB, Meta, and all that stuff like that, I'm going to get at least $500 back.
On points.
On points.
Travel stuff. Now you can
travel.
Yeah.
Free products. Shit, my first free product, I had got AirPods. I'm like, man, let me buy some AirPods. You know, bonuses, you know, card bonuses, stuff like that. So it's like, when you get into that world, like, it kind of helps you. It helps you understand, like, damn, USA, America caters to businesses, business-oriented people. See, a lot of people get it mixed up, you know. That's why everybody likes, you know, the handouts or the fucking, what they call them things, the card, when you pay your food card.
Food stamps.
Food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like food stamps. Everybody like the stuff given to them. Stimulus. I said in one of my raps, we was on triple P's while you was talking stimulus. You get what I'm saying? So while you was trying to get a $1,200 paycheck, we was on that 28 grand paycheck legally, you know, paying our employees. You know what I'm saying? Doing it the right way, not the wrong way where you got the people buying cars with this shit. Nah, doing it the right way so that we still get compensation. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to open your eyes. You know, it's like, do you want to get satisfied or do you want to conquer? You know, do you want to just live with the motions, go with the motions, or do you want to change the whole evolution of your offspring in the future? You get what I'm saying? And that's just the thing that we have to just look and just realize and just say, like, oh shit, it's bigger than this. It's way bigger than this. It's bigger than a $1,200 paycheck, you know? But we could go. Yeah. I could talk like that for hours, man. Like, you feel me?
So you talked about, you know, setting up an LLC, EIN. Excuse me. It was loud as hell.
Yeah, it's all good.
So we have a basic understanding of business, right?
Yeah.
Bow, that's down there, right? How exactly do you go about starting a label, though? Like, break that down for us.
Me personally, you know, I view everything in the facet of business. You know, so with the label, it's like, first things first, I feel like you need you need to get your paperwork. Whether you create your contracts or you hire a lawyer to create those contracts, you need some sort of paperwork at some point. And if you're an artist trying to have a label, then you sign it yourself. So that if a label tries to sign you, they splitting with that label. They're not getting 100% of you. They only getting 30% of you. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes with that, like, you know, you get your documents, you register how you want to register, you do what you got to do. If you have logos, you trademark those logos because you don't want people taking your shit. You don't want people taking advantage of your brand, you know, and you don't know who already has that logo. You know what I'm saying? You could be promoting something that someone already trademarked. You feel me? So I view it as like in the business aspect of it. You know what I'm saying? As long as we got the paperwork, as long as we register, as long as we, you know, we trademarked, that's us.
Okay.
You know? And it's easy. It's easy to own a label. You just got to learn the ins and outs of, you know, the paperwork stuff.
Gotcha.
And to speak on that, like you have a lot of different facets as far as you know, the talent and understanding the funding aspect. Because I hear, like, I was watching an interview with a few different rappers, but I watched one with Money Man, and he was talking about him, you know, being able to get funding from a bank versus getting funding from a label, right?
Exactly.
And it having a better interest rate, a better deal, and only paying, you know, let's say extra 15 to 20,000 on your loan, 40,000 versus a couple million, right? So with that being said, your understanding in funding, it sounds like, in credit, what's stopping you from having even more motion out here, like being able to pay to get them, you know, with bigger artists, paying for getting bigger producers, or just pushing yourself more with your understanding of how to get a marketing budget? What's stopping you? What's like?
I guess what's stopping me is in reality me. You know, I feel like my plan is, you know, when it comes to music, this is one thing that you got to understand. You will spend more than you will make. And that is no doubt about it. Like you're going to spend more than you can make. Like we could even talk about just one song. The videographer costs $600. All right? The model costs $300. The venue that you want to shoot at, the studio, charges you $125 an hour, and you shoot for 4 hours. The producer that you bought the beat from, that costs a beat. You know, that costs some bread. You know, just to get the song mixed and mastered, that costs some bread. So you are, like, by the time you finish the song and you have it ready to go, you already in the hole. Like, maybe if you're starting out, maybe $2,000. But if you really know what you're doing, you probably in the hole like $5,000 just to get streams, which is under a penny. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to understand, like, you coming in the game, like, you're going to lose more money. The goal is to catch as much as attention while we spending all that money, while we losing that money. You know what I'm saying? Catch as much attention as we can while we're spending. But with me, how I process things is like, okay, yeah, we can spend, but I have this that's spending, this anti-records that's spending, and I got this APL clothing that's making. Okay, so what we doing do? We gonna manufacture? Okay, you're an organization that needs clothes? Cool. How many t-shirts you need? You want the logo on the front and the back? Okay, cool. This is the price. You want to get it done? All right, let's do it. Oh, you need varsity jackets? Cool. How many you need? Oh, you need to customize them? Cool, let's do it. So my process is like, yo, I'm making the money. I want to make that monthly income as well as spending that. So it's like the margin isn't that bad. So when it comes to that big feature and stuff like that, yeah, we could do it. We could definitely do it. But spending that amount of money, is the ratio going to be in my favor when it comes to getting the streams I need, get in the if we strike a trending reel on Instagram or TikTok, can we get some shows off of that? You know, can we do some pop-ups at the clubs? Can we, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff I look at. And you know, you don't really need a big feature to make it. You just need a big song. And all the features are gonna come through. I feel like the way I am, I have a very unique kind of musical style. So like, you know, there's times where I could sing, there's times where I could rap, there's times where I could be on some simple shit. You know, and I produce. So it's like I know what it I know I could listen to something and I know how it's gonna sound, how it should sound. Sonically, this is what it should be. So I feel like I don't need the big feature yet. I feel like I'll still do it. You know, I could still do it, no problem.
Who would that feature be?
You know that was my. I was thinking that, man. You took my question, man.
Damn, bro.
I was thinking that, like, who's the feature, man?
Yo, I'm all right. I'm the type of person, I'll do a feature with somebody before they strike gold, like before they make that hit. You know, like I was performing with Young M.A. before she really got crazy, before that Ooh came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I was next to P&B Rock before he got pop and blew up. I could have easily got those features. I should have. Yeah. You know, it would have definitely, Aftermarket would have definitely got up. But as far as a feature right now,
it can be more than one person.
More than one person. Okay, I want to do a song with rappers like rappers like Scarface, you know. Rappers like those OGs. You know what I'm saying? Rappers such as, you know, nowadays, if we talking nowadays, like doing a song with, you know, Beyonce would be great. Jay-Z, of course. Yeah. You know, I'm the type of guy, like, I learned that you got to shoot for the stars. You got to shoot for the moon, and you might land on the stars. Yeah. Because if you shoot for the stars, you might land on the clouds. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go above and beyond your expectations. And even if you don't make it to that level, you'll still be at a higher level. So I'm like a Jay-Z thing. Like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z. That's my number one. You feel me?
Yeah, that's big, bro. To say that, and then even the thought process behind that's hard. That. Okay.
I still want to do features, man. I want to do features with a bunch of like old school people too, bro. Like, who's an old school rapper?
Man, that's a lot. You really want me to start naming names?
Just give me like a few.
I didn't expect the Jay-Z though. That really, I didn't expect the Beyonce.
Fabulous, a Lox.
Definitely Lox.
Lox.
Ice Cube. Shit, it's hella people, bro.
It's
hella people.
Yeah, I definitely, I do with all them. But Jay-Z for sure. You know, I feel like that's every rap artist's dream.
The Jay.
Yeah. A verse from Jay. So, if you lit enough, he got you.
Yeah. Unless you like, 15, you don't even know who that is. That's Beyonce's husband. You know, the youngsters got a whole different point of view.
Husband.
So you taking the $500K or you taking the lunch with Jay-Z?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm taking that $500K.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking that $500K. Look, I'm taking that $500K. I'm putting $250,000 into stocks.
Okay.
I'm putting $100,000 into, you know, buying some duplexes. You feel me? And that's like a couple of them. That's like we getting multiple duplexes. Down payments on all of them bitches.
Yeah.
And then we gonna run that bitch up to like what, 2-3 million in the next.
Flip it.
You feel me? Yeah, man.
Okay, I got somebody. When you do the stocks, I got to connect you with my guy AG, the app guy. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the stock goats, right? I'm gonna connect you with him. Y'all get tapped in.
Hey, listen, the past 3 months I've been up like 25%.
But you day trading? What you doing?
You know, I swing trade.
Swing trade.
Yeah, I'm more of a swing. The day trading shit, it's like, you gotta be, first of all, you gotta chart. If you don't chart, it's like you just like fishing in a pond that's murky. Like, you don't know what's in it.
Yo.
You feel me? So like, I just be on it like, so I'm like, yo, look, Okay, boom, we on the S&P 500. Okay, cool. So December is the Christmas rally. So we about to do calls, making bread. Okay, it's January. Usually comes down, touches its levels and stuff like that. So now we on puts. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. I hedge. You know, that's what they call it, hedging.
Hedging your bets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No,
So
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I mean, shit. The glasses, I expect anything.
You expect
man.
anything with the glasses,
man.
Listen, man.
That man say shoot for the. You said the moon and you miss you amongst the stars. You said remind me of because I need to connect you to. You talk about the Letterman jackets.
Oh yeah.
Right. Because even doing that, like, I think me and you was talking about this. Oh, because he didn't bring us no merch.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn, just go rub it in my face some more.
I'm cold and shit, man.
Bro, listen, I
got
need a jacket on my back, bro.
All right,
we supposed
throw it to me. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing.
We supposed to have some APL on our back right now, right? Rocking.
Facts.
But with everybody and their mama got a clothing line these days, man. What makes APL different? What makes it special? What makes it unique? Let me know more about it. And why should the people want to know more about the brand?
APL Clothing is the biggest brand in the entire world. And you want to know why?
Because you say so?
Because I say so. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just my thing. I really came in the game. I'm like, yo, I want some unique stuff. I want to do something different. The designs may not be what you want. I don't care. I'm going to still make those designs. I'm going to still do what I got to do. And people going to rock with it or not. I feel like, not many people have as much versatility as APL Clothing because, you feel me? People got kicks. You know what I'm saying? These were just prototypes. This is following the Jordan 1, of course. You know what I'm saying? But we got other stuff, and
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and sit right there. Yeah, go ahead.
So give us some game on the shoe part. So. All right, so it's two different. I see it's two different tags.
That's hard.
Sample.
And
it's a sample.
Sample.
So, okay, I have 1,000 questions. So when you're doing the shoe thing, is there do you have to build a relationship with a specific supplier?
Yeah.
Is there a minimum? Like break down all that for the people.
Especially for the people who want their own brand. Because, we're not going to hold no sauce. We ain't.
This is the Digital Brands podcast. We don't do that, bro. We get nothing but game.
So first things first, man, like do your due diligence on any kind of platform, whether it's, the AliExpress or the Alibabas or the, all those other kind of vendor sites. Like do your due diligence. Ask for photos. Some people like to shoot their shot and just, say, okay, yeah, I want to make a sneaker. Can you make this? And then that's it. Nah, listen, do your due diligence. Ask them what the shit look like. Tell them to take a video because a lot of people will take a professional photo of the product that you want, but it's a professional photo. But if I was to take a video of this shit with my phone, I could really see the detail. I could really see what's going on. It's not caked up. It's not photoshopped. You know what I'm saying? It's not bleached like the white. You know what I'm saying? I could see your quality.
No, I can see that.
You feel me? So do your due diligence. Find who you need to find. You have a group of 15 vendors that make sneakers. You dumb it down, bro. You figure out who's the best quality. You ask them if they can make these kind of things. See, the thing with me is I go to the people that make the Louis Vuitton replicas, the Gucci replicas. You feel me? Yeah, go ahead. I go to the people who make those. And it's not to like say I buy fake Gucci or stuff like that. It's to say, hold on. So these people make, replicated luxury sneakers. So why don't I go to them to make my own sneaker? So now I'm up to par with the same materials as Louis Vuitton, as, Supreme and all these other big brands. You get what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it just,
I obviously we don't say that we're the same shoe size because
Nah,
I wear
facts.
13, but I need to try this jacket on, man. Let me feel it. Can
I
I
got
feel
you.
the jacket, man?
Nah, go ahead.
I ain't get a jacket. I need to feel the
I
material,
got you,
man.
man.
Let me see, because you say it's the best in the world.
Hey, listen.
Listen. I do a lot of e-commerce brands, man. Listen, I'm behind a lot of brands.
This ain't no light hooded. Light jacket, bro.
It's cold out here, man. Can I wear this in the shop?
Bruh, you could wear this in the tundra of Alaska. You feel me?
Hold on.
You feel me?
Hey,
Hold on, man.
what
I
color?
like that.
What color are the sleeves?
The sleeves, I would say, is like a buttercream kind of beige.
Okay.
You know, it's like it's not really beige, but it's kind of more like
It's kind of greenish, like
it has
slime
that-
a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
I've seen a
I like
car
the
that
feel of
color,
this.
but
I like the feel of this.
Listen,
I like the vibe.
hey,
I
that shit look good on you,
It
bro.
look good
I
on
ain't
you?
even gonna lie, bro.
and what is Pluto? The significance of Pluto?
So every year I try to have like a sort of
A theme or something?
specific kind of like championship theme.
Okay.
So 2020 was Pluto series, right? 2023 was Rocket series. And it's just a championship of me personally. Like, so if I feel like I made a W, like, you know, we made the highest sales of the year, or I grossed the most money, that's the championship for us. We done made it, the highest peak of our, you know, financial growth in that year. We're gonna name that a championship. So this year, I don't know what it's gonna be.
So you said we. So there's a team involved.
Then you got a couple partners.
You know,
We can't
marketing
talk about
wise, you say we. If it's a business, you say
Yeah.
we.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I feel like it takes away from the business when you say I.
it. Yeah, it does.
You know, it makes you look more presentable when you say we. You know, and that's just one of the things I didn't even notice I said that.
Yeah, because my follow up question was, how did you choose your team? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yo,
yeah.
the thing is, we the team, baby. This is
We
the
the
whole
team.
team, like, baby.
He said there's no I in team, but
Ain't no
there's
I
a
in
me.
team.
There's a me in team. Yeah.
It's a
You
me and
feel
team.
me? It's a me and team, you know?
Me and team.
You feel me? So like right now it's just me. But don't get me wrong, I have a lot of contractors. I have a lot of people that may not be APL clothing, you know, employees, but they may be APL clothing contractors, you know?
Right.
Like the manufacturers that I'm in contact with, like they're in some sort of ways like my contractors, you know?
Are you able to get sample jackets and stuff like this, Letterman's?
Of course. Bro,
I got something for you. I got something for you then.
Whatever you want, bro. If you want a jacket with your own logo, Class A 1111
I was
on the
about to say
side,
because
like,
I got my sponsor right here, Class A 1111.
shout out
right?
to Class A 1111.
Shout out to Class A 1111 for sponsoring this episode, man, giving us this premium tequila. We on the Reposado tonight.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, I want to sit
Ain't,
down
ain't,
with.
the, ain't the CEO or COO in the building?
We got the COO
Oh, that
in
boy
the building.
Adam
Somewhere-
Michael
somewhere over here.
Diamond.
Boy, Adam Michael.
Shout out my
Diamond.
boy Adam Michael Diamond
Hey,
in the
listen,
bit, man.
I want to link Adam Michael Diamond. Y'all need to connect. We need some
Facts.
samples of some Class A 1111 varsity jackets. Man.
Nah,
What
we
can do?
listen, man. You send me the logos, you send me every single kind of detail you want, and you will get that shit within the next 15 business days. Not to include shipping.
Shout out to that, man.
I'm saying?
Listen,
We might need to
Shout
pour up for that
pour
one.
up for that one, man. Let's get to that one. Hey,
Yeah, now I don't have to be cold when I'm driving Uber.
Yeah, facts.
hey, listen, man.
when I'm doing my DoorDash.
Yeah, all that.
You know?
Doing the DoorDash, all that good stuff. We just gonna put it in there, man. Cause you
Yeah.
know we just gonna put it in that cup.
Yeah, man.
Gonna put it in
Yeah.
there.
Pull up.
Pour up, yes sir. Hey, let's sip.
Oh shit!
Damn.
My man got a game tonight. He reminiscing. He reminiscing to his college football
Yo,
days.
I can't even lie to you, bro.
That's fine, Reposado, boy. That's good and distilled. But listen, man. Hey, this episode was crazy.
Nah, yeah.
That's
This
good.
episode was good, man.
Yeah.
This episode was good. Man, let me get you a
That
jacket
shit
back,
look.
'cause
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Let me get your jacket back.
You might
I
as
feel
well
like
keep
Kipo
that
for a
shit. You
minute.
might as well keep that shit on,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
You know what? Hey, listen, man. That's my token of appreciation to gaining your business. You could keep that. That's you right there.
This nigga right here, Jug, man. Appreciate you, bro.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
I don't know what size you is, bro.
I'm a 14, man.
God, hey, listen, it's all
They
good.
gotta say it like this. I'm a 14. For the ladies, I'm a 14.
Hey, man. Fuck it.
Hey, nah, listen. This was a Unless you got anything else you want to say to the people, man, about your music, what's dropping, what's coming up, man. Let them know. You got to talk to them. Let them know what we got going.
I got a lot of stuff dropping, man. 2024 is that year. That's the year of the reverse. You get what I'm saying? That's the year of infinity. You know, me, Obas, we got collaborative projects coming out. We already have Where Your Flag At, so we got Valentine's Day coming. We got a special for Valentine's Day for the ladies because, you know, you got to take care of the women. You get what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff coming. We're going to be flooding the goddamn Instagram. We're going to be flooding the goddamn Facebook. You know, we're going to be flooding the YouTube videos, bro. I know he asked me how many videos I got. I think I got like 60.
Man, it might be more than that, bro.
It might be more than that. It might be. Yeah. I would say I have right now, I'm at that threshold of 100 songs on the DSP. Yeah, I'm at like 100 almost.
You're going crazy.
We gotta turn those up. We gotta talk after this.
We gotta turn those up, man.
Thanks.
Hey, listen, bro. This is a crazy episode, man. I can't wait for people to watch this, man.
Nah, definitely.
This is dope, man. We got our guys in the background. Shout out to my boy AG App God. Shout out to Adam Michael Diamond,
yes,
Slump Jug. Man, this is a crazy episode, man. Listen, we appreciate y'all tapping in, man. It's another episode. Hey, hold on. Look. Hey,
Where your flag ass up?
Another episode of the Digital Brandz Podcast. We out. Let's get it.
That was a great podcast.
Hey, that's how we do it.
I was over here.
Yeah, what?